Welcome back to my channel. So excited that you're here because today's topic is like super potent and really will transform your life. So today we're going to talk about the three easy keys, steps, tools in order to change your life and to quantum leap your life in this at the speed of light. Okay. My name is Sarah Elizabeth. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're a repeat viewer, thank you for being here. And most importantly, please like and subscribe and share this channel because the intention of this channel is to have you go beyond what you would normally think and to help you create the life that you want and the life of your dreams. So I was inspired to talk about this today because I myself, I have been partaking in personal development for about 5 to 6 years now. And while I know a lot and I have created tremendous change in my life, I also recognize that there is this consumerism aspect to personal development where people are encouraged to come back and come back and come back and come back and come back. And I've been wondering, what is it that would have that not be necessary, where you can actually quantum leap your life whenever you feel like it, whenever you want something new, without having to go to another class. And what I recognize is the key for personal development programs, right, which I have done, I would say 2 of them and multiple programs in them, is that they help you see, one, get clear on what it is that you want, and 2, get to the core of what is preventing you from manifesting what you want. And I believe, and I've seen in my own life, that once you get to the core of what's preventing you from having what you want, that's literally all you need. And on top of that, what you would need is the tools to move forward. So today I'm going to go over 3 keys that I feel are all you need. Once you have these 3 things, you can create any type of change in your life without having to purchase another program, read another book, and repeat the same steps that you've done before. All right. So first things first is clarity, right? So I have this thing where I call the 3 C's. I use this in my own life and also within my business and with all my clients. And the 3 C's are the 3 keys that we'll be going over today. And that first C is clarity. One, clarity about what it is that you want in your life, like literally really crystal clear. And I'm going to break this down a little bit more. And 2, part 2 of clarity is clarity about what is preventing you from manifesting the things that you want. What are those thoughts, those feelings, those beliefs that actually get in the way of you taking the action, of you aligning with, of you believing what is possible for you? So part 1, which I think is what gets you to do any type of personal development work, gets you to pick up that book that you're reading, gets you to listen to that YouTube, gets you to follow that specific person, is that you have a desire for your life. So if you're watching this, you either already know what you want or you're trying to figure out what you want. But that is the most important step. Once you're clear on what you want, and when I say clear on what you want, it's yes, you may be clear about the physical manifestation, what it looks like, but also getting clear about what it will feel like for you to have that result. A lot of the times, we want to manifest money, we want to manifest a better relationship, we want to manifest better health, which is all great. Those are the physical manifestations. But how would you feel in having those things? That is really what there is to get clear on. Are you going to feel at peace? Are you going to feel satisfied? Are you going to feel successful? Are you going to feel happy? Are you going to feel joyful? Getting really clear on the feeling that you will have once you have that result, because that feeling is what is going to fuel your thoughts. It's going to fuel your emotions, it's going to fuel your actions, and that is what actually creates the result that you want. So when you're having those moments of, that day of depression or that moment when you don't want to take any action, you're able to recognize, I'm not feeling that feeling that I want when I have that result. So what can I do to get back to that feeling? What can I do to recreate that feeling in me? And once you have that feeling, again, that feeling will be the fuel that propels you forward. This is why, as much as people say that emotions aren't great, emotions are fleeting, which is true, the truth of the matter is emotions are energy in motion. And when you tap into the energy of what you want, aka the feeling of what you want, you can always recognize when you're moving in the direction of what you want or where you're moving against that. And that is the point of getting clear. When I say get clear, it's not only about clear, I want that car, but what is it that you will feel when you have that car? Are you going to feel the freedom to go off-roading? Are you going to have the freedom to to drive long distance and feel safe in your car? Are you going to have the feeling of freedom to be able to take care of yourself and go wherever you want when you want to go there? It's tapping into the feeling. People don't purchase things because of the thing that they're getting. They're purchasing the feeling or the resulting feeling they will have in getting that thing. So again, the reason why we pick up that book, we go to the personal development course, we look on YouTube, we have that conversation, is because we are seeking a feeling. So once you get clear on the feeling associated with the manifestation that you're looking for, that is what's going to fuel you throughout this process of life. So the number one tip here is to get clear on what it is that you want, okay? Get clear, get so detailed, write down all of the specifics of what you want, and then also get clear on the feeling. What is the feeling that you will have once you manifest that thing? The second thing that you want to get clear on is what is at the core, or what is preventing me from having what I want. Now, this is where picking up the book, going to the personal development course, working with a coach or a life strategist will help you, because that will help you discover what's in your blind spots. We all have blind spots as human beings. This is why you will set a goal and you will start taking action towards the goal, but then you'll fall off, or you won't necessarily obtain 100% of the goal. The reason is because there are things in your blind spot. You know, when you're driving a car, that you have the side mirrors, and the side mirrors show you the things that are in your blind spot, right? Because you're not going to naturally see that. A car could pull up right on you and you will be trying to turn, oh, shoot, didn't notice that car was there, because it's in your blind spot. It's the same thing with being a human being. You have things in your blind spot that prevent you from achieving what you want in life. So your work, a part of your clarity journey, is to get clear about what's in your blind spot. Now, another way to put this in terms of blind spot is, what is the self-image that you have of yourself? AKA, what are the thoughts that you think about yourself, and you think about your ability to achieve, and you think about the goals that you want to have in your life? What are those thoughts? And some of those thoughts most times are actually preventing you from moving forward. Let me break this down a little further. We have the conscious mind, which is our awake mind. It's the thing that we use to set goals, right? It's the thing that we use to set targets, right? It's the thing that we use to say, oh, I like this kind of person. That's your conscious mind. Then you also have your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the thing that's actually running your show. It's taking action without your permission, okay? Your subconscious mind has been programmed over years and years and years and years of, the environment that you live in. Maybe it's our subconscious minds are programmed between the age of 0 and 7. So the things that you experience between the age of 0 and 7 are what are at the core of your being, at the core of your thinking, okay? So no matter what conscious choice you make, your subconscious is what is going to take action, right? And then we have the superconscious mind. The superconscious mind is where you are aligned with the universe, aligned with spirit, aligned with the truth of who you are and what you're capable of. So most people live within the conscious and the subconscious mind. So consciously you're making decisions, but subconsciously that is what's actually running the show. So in order to really change your life, you have to get to the core of your subconscious. What are the actual thoughts and beliefs that are running your show? What are the things that you experienced as a child? This could be good things, this could be bad things, this could just be things. Whatever you experience as a child, those things are what wrote your subconscious. So this is why people may have money issues. I had to experience this in my own life, hearing like, oh, money doesn't grow on trees, or only rich people have money, or only certain types of people can become rich, right? So those are the things that were in my subconscious, even though consciously I had all this experience that anyone can have money, anyone can make money, anyone can manifest the life that they want. But subconsciously, even though I believe that on a conscious level, subconsciously there were thoughts and beliefs that I had, not necessarily that I created. These were thoughts and beliefs from other people, other influential forces in my life that were running my show. So in order to cause any transformation in my financial sector, I had to go back and rewrite my subconscious beliefs. And if you are If you are wanting to achieve things, you recognize that I always hit this roadblock. I always come back to the same thing. I'm always repeating the same cycle. It's because your subconscious beliefs, the thing that is running 80% of your actions, they actually go against what you want to create on the conscious level. And this applies not only to money, this applies to relationships, this applies to health and well-being. One thing that I did a few years ago was I released 100 pounds in a year. And the way that I was able to release that 100 pounds in a year was because I actually rewrote my subconscious beliefs about what health looks like, about what health feels like, about why I wanted to release weight in the first place. Because there were years and years and years where I had tried to lose weight, and I was trying to lose weight based on other people's opinions about what health looked like and about what health felt like, right? And their commentary about my health and how I showed up. And every time I tried to lose weight based on that, I would gain the weight back and probably gain more. But the moment that I rewrote my subconscious beliefs about weight and health, I was able to recognize for myself, oh, I can be a plush girl and be healthy. I can be a plush girl and fit into clothes that I love. I can be a plush girl and go hiking and do all the things that I want. The truth of the matter is I want to feel good in my body for a long time. So if I want to feel good in my body for a long time, how would I treat my body now? I would take care of it. I would eat better food. I would eat less. I would move more. And those simple changes in my life, eating less, eating differently, and moving more, not necessarily diet and exercise every single day, the things that people want to tell you all the time to do, those simple things were what transformed my body in a year. My goal was 50 pounds and I released 100 pounds. So again, this clarity piece is where you go and you get that support. You work with a coach. You go to a personal development seminar. You pick up the books and you read the books and you do those books as designed. When you do that, one, you get crystal clear on what you want and the feeling behind what you want. And two, you also get crystal clear on what is preventing you from taking action. Once you have this first C, that is the new foundation that you are creating for your life. A lot of the times people want to create change without transforming the foundation. You cannot build a skyscraper on a crap foundation. It will crumble. And so often, because we are in this very materialistic surface level world, everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go after this thing and I'm gonna make it happen. But your subconscious, your foundation has not been changed. So it will look like you're changing. It will look like things are happening on the surface, but then in time it crumbles and you're right back at square one. So in order for you to create lasting change in your life, you have to do this core discovery. Be curious about what are the thoughts, the subconscious thoughts that are running my life. That's a question to ask yourself. What are the subconscious thoughts that are running my life? And if you don't get that answer off the top of your head, then it's time for you to do a little more work with a coach, work with a personal development seminar, and or pick up that book and really do that core discovery work. Because once you get clear, one, on what you want, and two, on the thoughts that you have, you realize, wow, what I want and the thoughts that I have are actually conflicting. I want to be a millionaire, but I believe money doesn't grow on trees. I want to be healthy in my body, but I believe that I have to work out every single day, and I'm too exhausted to work out every single day, so how's that going to happen? Or I want this loving relationship, but I believe relationships are bad. Relationships are hard work. Okay, so your responsibility is to get clear on what you want and then dig up those roots and see what are the core beliefs that you have, and then plant new beliefs. And this is second C, plant new beliefs that support where you actually want to go. So the second C in this three-part process, the 3C process, is actually commitment. So now you've gotten clear on what it is that you want to create. You've gotten clear on the things and the thoughts that are getting in the way. Now it's time for you to be committed. What does it look like to be committed to accomplishing that result? Now, very often, we think that commitment looks like I have to have discipline in my actions every day. What action am I taking? When the truth of the matter is, true commitment shows up in many different forms. Most importantly, true commitment shows up in the beliefs that you have. What are you sitting down and doing every single day to transform your beliefs so that your beliefs are in alignment with what it is that you want to create. And this is where the super conscious brain comes in, because your activity around creating a more sustainable mindset includes things such as journaling, includes things such as meditating, includes things such as listening to affirmations or speaking affirmations to yourself. Because what you're doing is, for example, if you are 40 years old when you are now creating major change in your life, it's going to take time for you to transform your way of thinking, because for 40 years you have been thinking in one direction and now you want to go in an opposite direction. So you have to have grace for yourself as you are now beginning to transform your core beliefs to support the new direction that you're going in. Again, I started my personal development journey back in 2018. I used to love reading personal development books, but it wasn't until I got into a community-like space where there were other people there, other people sharing, that I really started to go in a new direction. And even though I had done all of this transformational work, guess what happened? I spent a lot of time knowing the work and not necessarily being the work. And it's the being the work that actually creates new results. Okay? So us as human beings, as much as we do love change, a big part of change is surrendering and trusting that this new direction that I'm going in, this new information that I have, is actually beneficial. And because you've spent so many years going in one direction in the safety of the information that you did have, it will take a little time to now adopt new information, to trust this new information, to feel safe with this new information. And that's where commitment comes in. For example, the Grammys just happened this weekend, and Victoria Monet gave such a touching speech where she talked about moving to Los Angeles in 2009, I believe, which was about, 15 years ago. And she was like, I spent so much time planting these roots, and I now feel like I'm blooming. And I think that when she gave that speech, it was such a powerful example of what it looks like to create lasting change in your life, for her to get to a point where she won 3 Grammys in a night. It wasn't that, she wasn't working this entire time, but she had to overcome different thoughts, I'm sure, and ways of being that weren't actually supportive of the direction that she went into. And the more that she was committed to the direction that she wanted to go into, she had to unlearn and unlearn and unlearn and unlearn those old beliefs that actually prevented her from getting her where she wanted to go. So not only was she unlearning, but she was also practicing new beliefs. And then when it comes to creating any type of lasting change, you have to accept that what has gotten you to where you are now is not what's going to get you to where you want to go. Because if that was going to get you where you wanted to go, you would be where you want to go already. So you have to one, commit to what it is that you want, and to, I would say, respect the process, right? And trust the process. Because it won't happen overnight, but it will happen once you are committed, and once you allow yourself to let go of those subconscious thoughts that you have and enjoy the journey of practicing these new subconscious beliefs that align with the life that you want. And I promise you, this is what I use in my own life to create lasting change. Sometimes it looks like nothing's happening on the surface and things are taking forever. But the more that you wake up every single day and you recommit to that beautiful, clear vision of the dream life that you have, the more that you recommit, the more you practice the ways of being and the thoughts that you have learned that actually align with that, the more you'll be able to see these subtle results. And then one day, boom, you're on a stage accepting your Grammys, okay? And I want to put in here, it can get difficult along the way. You want to give up. It's easier to go back to that life that you already know. But I promise you that that life you already knew is not the life that you want, ideally. Even if it was a great life, right? You want more out of life. That's the one thing about human beings. We always want more. We always want change. And in order for you to create change, you have to be willing to let go of what got you to where you want to be and start practicing the new beliefs, the new thoughts, committing to that new feeling that will aligns with the new life that you're creating for yourself. So our second C is commitment, and commitment looking like committing to the new thoughts, the new feelings, the new actions that align with the life that you truly want for yourself. Now, the last C here is consistency. And this is what trips a lot of people up, because one day you want to be consistent, the next day you want to be inconsistent. And that is what's going to have your results waver, right? But when you choose consistency in the fact that, okay, again, we're going with the 40-year-old person. This is an example of a 40-year-old. For 40 years, you consistently believe that relationships were hard. So now, in order for you to have a relationship that is easy, that's fun-flowing, that's light, that is authentic, that's vulnerable, that is prosperous, that's purposeful, you have to think that relationships are all those things, and feel that relationships are all those things, and act accordingly to relationships being all those things for 40 years. Not saying that it's going to take you 40 years to get that result, but I am showing you that it took you 40 years to experience relationships not going the way you want. So it's going to take consistency in your new thoughts, your new feelings, your new actions to enjoy the result that you are now seeking in your life. And consistency, again, is where people often break down, because the old way of being, your old way of consistency, is easier. It's more comfortable. You already know how that's going to go. And even though it may not go in the way that you want it to, it's easier because you know how to deal with that. You know how to deal with relationships that don't go the way you want. You block people, you ghost them, you run away, you start a new relationship. It's easy to do that because you've been doing it before. But the truth of the matter is, when you are wanting to create a brand new result, it's going to require brand new thoughts, brand new feelings, brand new actions, and you're going to have to become consistently practiced in that in order to have that long-term change, that long-term result that you are seeking in life. So to put it all into perspective, the three major keys, aka the three C's, that will have you create lasting change in your life. One is getting crystal clear on what it is that you want, aka the direction that you want to go in, and also crystal clear on what are the subconscious thoughts and beliefs, feelings and actions that you have been taking that may be in alignment or not in alignment with where you want to go. Once you get clear on this, you can then make a commitment, which is the second C, a commitment to accomplishing your goals and doing whatever it takes, no matter what it looks like, to move in the direction of the thing that you want. And I promise you, this is going to look completely opposite to what you've been doing, because what you've been doing has gotten you to where you are now. Lastly is consistency. Consistency means doing that action, having that thought, creating that feeling every single day, because you've spent all of your life up until now doing what you've been doing, and now you have to be consistent in doing, believing, thinking, feeling this new thing that's going to take you where you want to go. And in order to create consistency, I will highly recommend creating some type of schedule, some type of routine that will support you in solidifying these new thoughts, these new feelings, and taking new action in the direction of what you want. Now, I hope that this video has helped you to grasp what it will take to actually create lasting change in your life. And if you would like support with that, there's a few ways that I can work with you. You can work with me. I can support you in accomplishing your goals. One of those is working with me one-on-one as a coach in a very intimate, private setting. 2, I have my signature program called the Savage Soul Collective that will have you become so solidified and so savage about the things that you want. Or 3, at a lower tier, is the Inner Beauty Salon, which will be live coaching to help you, get through those blind spots, right? How to transform your mindset by asking different questions in a live coaching environment, and then you can graduate from there, okay? If any of these are something that you are be interested in, please go to my snipfeed.co link and register for one of the options that works for you. Purchase the Savage Soul Collective program, book a 3 or 6 month coaching program with me, or jump into the twice monthly Inner Beauty Salon to get your questions answered live. Again, I hope this video made a difference for you and you now understand the 3 significant keys, aka the 3 C's, to creating lasting change in your life. Again, like, subscribe, share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.